Hey planner friends, welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be a little bit of a long one because I had quite a busy week. I'm planning from the 27th of January to the 2nd of February. I'm using the Sci-fi kit from Plannerface. I have the regular mini kit, and then I also have an extra box add-on, and then I also have the tour box add-on, and then there's some extra boxes here. And then I'm pairing that with the, I think this is the Twinkle foil bundle, also from Plannerface in holo. So we're going to have a very shiny spread. I have all of my stickers pulled out in my Plannerface reusable sticker album, and I have my planning notes in front of me. I keep forgetting to mention in videos that I do still PR for Plannerface, so you can use my code in the description to save yourselves a little bit of money and also pick up a seasonal freebie. So let's get cracking right on with the base. I'm going to start with the Monday to Sunday box and start off my sidebar. I'm still umming and ahhing about not using the Monday to Sunday box for tracking my meals in my sidebar, but because I've done it for the whole way through January, I'm going to do it this week as well. I think I might eat my words later, we will find out. Yeah, I don't want to change it and then just have like 1 month or like 1 week that's different in the month. I've then got the tour box, so I'm going to use the ginger one. So this week was my partner's birthday, which is why I'm using this kit. He's not like ginger, but he has a gingery beard, but he also has no hair, so it'd be really nice to see more like bold options for planner kits, because I think the bold with a beard combo is fairly common nowadays. Maybe it could be in a planner kit as well. I'm going to use the turquoise one, turquoise flag up the top. And then I have a January script from Plannerface in holo, and also some deco from the kit. Next we'll get on with my date covers. I'm really sorry if my voice sounds quite croaky. It's only, well, it's like first thing in the morning on a Monday, so I've just about woken up. But also you'll see when we get to Sunday of this week, I was at a weightlifting competition yesterday, so I did a lot of shouting. So yeah, I'm a little bit croaky. I hope that it's not too bad, but I feel like especially by the end of this video, my voice will be completely done for the day. So as I said, it's Monday today when I'm recording this. So this is the first week that I'm like properly memory keeping, or like memory planning the entire week, rather than kind of doing my planning like midday on a Sunday and kind of guessing the end of the week. I've got my layout slightly different. Again, this is why I wanted to be in a journal, so that I could draw out a layout that kind of reflected what days I had off that week. So I was off on Friday, so I wanted extra space on Friday. I am toying with the idea of doing an extender on Wednesday because we did quite a lot, but I feel like it will all fit in, so we will see. I might have to crack the undo out if I do decide to change my mind. Now the date covers are in, I'm just going to grab my date numbers. So I actually remembered to pull them out while I was setting up my like memory like sticker pulling, and that means that I don't have to get them all off the sheet right now, and I could remember what day it was while I was pulling my stickers to there. Next we'll go in with glitter headers. Similarly to how I did the other week, I might end up getting rid of the glitter header on Wednesday, so I have a smidge more space, but I will cross that bridge when I get to it. I'll put the glitter header in for now, although if I do decide to change that, it will mess up my underlays, so maybe I do need to decide about that sooner rather than later. But I really love the colours in this kit. As soon as I saw the art for this kit, I knew that it would be my partner's birthday kit for this year. I have rebought the level up kit that I used for him last year, because that art was just perfect, but I felt like I couldn't use the same birthday kit 2 years in a row. So next I'm going to add in all of my overlays for my glitter headers. So this is going to be the first time I've actually used a Plannerface foil bundle in this planner and on camera. I find that they just have everything that I need, and I get like a decent amount of use out of them. Like I'll have the whole full box overlay page left if I want to do a another spread without underlays. Next I'll do my bottom washi, and then we'll move on to full boxes. So again, the bottom washi in this kit is really cute. Let's go a little bit closer to where I've drawn up my layout. And then I'm going to put the overlay on first. I'm going to use the like falling twinkle one. And then I'll trim them both at the same time. I always get a little bit stressed with the with trimming like these like transparent glossy stickers, because they don't feel the same as like normal paper when I cut through them. That is how I cut through my planner on my last spread of last year. But I usually cut through planners like multiple times in a year, so like leaving it till the very last spread was actually some sort of record for me, I think. Oh dear. Okay, I thought that that would be the same length. Okay, so I've just used an absolute shed load of undo to pull apart this bit of washi and the overlay that I put on it, so that I can have the overlay and hopefully just pop it on there, yeah, and trim that. Okay, disaster averted. Yeah, I've just used up so much undo. I really need to get a new one of these because it's pretty empty. Okay, and now that it's down, you can't really tell. And like I said, for my first spread of the year, I'm going to go over all these with the back of a card so that they are like really adhered down nicely. Okay, before we do the rest of the full boxes, I'm just going to put the tall box overlay over here in my sidebar, and then we can do some boxes. So I know that I definitely want to use the dog. And see, I like the sci-fi theme, but like the book side of the sci-fi isn't as important. But I'm still going to use the fashion girl on the Saturday. Still wonky, but better. It's me being super indecisive. Use this half of the seam. Okay, I'm still umming and ahhing about whether I should add an extender onto Wednesday. I've got 6 things to mark, and one of them isn't super important, so yeah, I'm not going to use an extender. We'll go for the border over the fashion girl. Cute. And then I'll go for the all 4 corners over this part of the seam. And then these 2 corners over the dog. You know, as soon as there's a dog in a kit, I'm gonna put it, as soon as there's a dog in some clip art, I'm gonna put it in my planner. And then we will do underlays. So I'm going to do this the same as I did back at the beginning of January. And I'll put a full box on each day and then trim off camera the extra bit that I need to fill in. And if I do need a little bit of space on that Wednesday, I've just remembered that I don't use all of the headers from these foil kits, and if I go to the confetti foil kit, I will have a header sized piece already cut from there that I can just swap in, and then that will solve my problem. Okay, so that is all the base down. I've got a few little gaps between my underlays, but they will all get covered up quite a lot. I love a holo spread. It's so shiny. I think my lights are making it look a bit weird because they're bouncing off the glossy paper, but in person, this looks stunning. So I'm just gonna add in my weekend banner and then we can get into the plans. Okay, so starting off on Monday. Monday was a normal day. I was just working in the office. I say that, I'm actually gonna start with something different. Overnight on Monday, there was like this horrendous storm and I got woken up like quite early in the morning because it sounded like just someone was throwing like buckets of water out our bedroom window. It was a lot. I then did a little Tesco run after work. And with that Tesco run, I got Reggie some new tennis balls that he absolutely loved. He's never really been interested in like running after a ball or anything, but we got him some tennis ball. He found a tennis ball in a hedge, basically, and he loved this tennis ball. And I was like, oh, maybe it's because when we've got him like balls to play with in the past, they've been like foam balls. Maybe he just prefers tennis balls. And yeah, he's obsessed with tennis balls now. So I got him some extra ones of those. So I've got this little storm icon from Papershire to mark the storm overnight. I'm marking in work with another Papershire vanilla, and then I have one of the work scripts from the kit. I'm marking in the little Tesco run. I went to like Pets at Home and stuff as well with a grocery icon from the kit. I was going to put in like that I did laundry and stuff, but I don't really care. So I'm just going to use the paw print icon from the kit to mark in Reggie's new tennis balls. And then in the evening, I played some Baldur's Gate with my friend Becca. So that was Monday, nice normal day to kick off the week. Then we can move on to Tuesday. So starting on Tuesday, I was working from home. So I'm going to use a patterned quarter box to mark that in. And then, so to mark in training, I've pulled this event label out of my stash because there's only 2 event labels in a mini kit. And then, oh no, I didn't need to pull that out of my stash. This was a big training session. So this was doing my openers for my competition. So I've even made a note on my planning notes that I was going to use a big label for it. And I forgot. Brilliant. I then was wrapping some presents for my partner's birthday the next day. Then I just had like a lazy evening. I'm getting all muddled up. Let's mark in the lazy evening with a pattern label, patterned little thing even. The fact that it was a lazy evening, we will use a solid little thing. So for marking in work, I'm using another vanilla and a work script from the foil bundle. To mark in doing my openers, I'm using the dumbbell doodle from Plannerface. I realised that I don't have like comp week script, too late, so I'm just going to be writing those in. This is a Christmas doodle from Plannerface for like wrapping presents, but it still works for wrapping presents when it's not Christmas. And then I have the little TV icon from the foil bundle to mark in my YouTube binge, and some deco from the kit, which will wedge on there to mark in it being a lazy evening. Moving on to Wednesday, I am going to get rid of the glitter header. I pulled out a glitter header for a glitter header sized piece, but I've realised I can just put a little thing in there and you won't notice the difference. So that was light blue. So use a light blue little thing, wedge it up there. And then I was working on site this day, so we'll use a third box to mark in working. Yeah, that's wonky. But yeah, so I was in the office this day. We'd agreed that I would have the long weekend instead of having like Wednesday off or anything. So I'm going to work backwards from the bottom of the day and see if I can fit everything in, but I don't think I will be able to. But the thing that I don't want to worry about fitting in is the least important thing that happened this day. So I'm going to mark in having some cake and drinks. We went out for dinner, which I'm going to mark with this big label. Yeah, I think I will be able to fit everything in. So this will be that way around. And then I'm going to use one of the skinnier little things from like the regular mini kit. Oh, that's a bit of a squeeze. Do I hate it? Yes. Okay. We won't use that, and we'll lift this one up and we'll use a bigger thing in there. Okay, so if I use this quarter box. Okay, so it's kind of like wide space, but we'll get over it. Okay, so for a partner's birthday, I've got the birthday balloon doodle from the kit, and then also the script from the kit, and I'll just write his name above it. For work, I have another vanilla and a work script from the foil bundle. Then when we got home from work, I gave him his birthday presents, so I'm going to mark that in with the present icon from the foil bundle. And then we went out for dinner, so I've got the fork and knife and plate doodle from the kit. And then for cake and drinks, I've got a cupcake, which I think is from Hubman and Chub Girl. I think I got it as a sampler at the Southwest Planner meetup. And then I've got a wine doodle from Plannerface. Moving on to Thursday, I'm first marking in work. This is my last day of work for the week. I've had a lovely long weekend, and the fact that I'm recording this on Monday kind of indicates that I'm also not at work today. Otherwise I would definitely not be doing what I'm supposed to right now. This day was also a training day, so I was just tapering down to a competition, so this day was much lighter than my training normally is. I'm then going to use, got so many just like little things that I peeled up and haven't used. I'm going to use a different little thing to mark in just some chores that evening. I was basically just taking the bins out. Oh, okay, I forgot something. I've written things down in the wrong order on my planning notes in front of me. So this day while I was at work, this is another Reggie story. I honestly can't believe the first plan with me back, I barely mentioned him, and then like everyone since, I've had loads of Reggie stories. So I'm going to use dark turquoise. So Reggie had been good as gold all day, right? And then the last hour of my workday, I had a meeting, and it's a meeting where it's like my first big project of my new role. So it's me and then some like more senior people than me in this meeting, and I had to give feedback on like the actions that I'd done. And when it was about to be my turn to talk in this meeting, Reggie decided that that was the perfect time to rearrange his toys behind me. And his toys are normally on, like, we've got those like Kallax shelves from IKEA that everyone has. His toys are on a shelf on that he can reach, but it just keeps them off the floor because I was like tripping over them all the time. And he decided to not only pull all of his toys out of his toy box, but to climb onto the shelf behind me in this meeting, which he'd never done before and hasn't done since. But yeah, it's just this little fat little bum sticking out of a shelf and me in this meeting trying not to like laugh, camera on and everything, just trying to hold in the fact that I was laughing out of just shock. I didn't think he would ever try and like get on the shelf. I don't know what toy had gone to the back of the shelf, but he was like, yeah, on the shelf. So I'm going to mark that in with the little paw print icon from the kit because it was hilarious. And then I've got a dumbbell doodle from Plannerface for my taper session, a little bin doodle also from Plannerface for taking the bins out, and then a stick with the plan Lottie gaming to mark playing some Baldur's Gate with my friend Becca. So now we can move on to the second half of the week, and again, it doesn't stop being a pretty busy week for me, I would say. So the first thing that I'm going to mark on Friday, I think I'll use this little thing, is doing some errands in the morning, or doing some like work around the house. And then I had an appointment to pick up my new glasses. So I've got 2 pairs of new glasses, and I've got some contact lenses on the way. Apparently the contact lenses that I've been wearing, or like, I don't really wear them very much, but this could be why, the contact lenses that I have are not the right prescription for me. So I'm just going to swap that out actually, because I don't have that much turquoise left. Yeah, so the contact lenses I wear very infrequently aren't the right prescription for me, and that was maybe why I don't like wearing them, because I can't see when I'm wearing them. So I'll put the turquoise one in there, and then I'm going to use a quarter box, because once I'd been to the opticians, I then did my January reflection and finished up my video that went up on the 1st. Yeah, it went up on the 1st. I then edited the last bit of that video, so it wasn't like loads of editing. I might have to completely respace all of this. I've just realised I've squished it up loads and I don't think I needed to. I then have my, I'm gonna have to resize this. I then have my taper session, and the only other thing that I've noted is like playing Baldur's Gate with Becca. So, okay, so the last thing that I'm gonna mark, working up from the bottom, is that I had the everything shower, because I've done most of my training for the week. And then I'm going to mark in Baldur's Gate with Becca. Before that, I'm going to mark in my taper session. Oh, I'm going to put that up a smidge so it's not right over the join, where I had to join 2 of those together. Okay, and then instead of this little thing, which I feel like I've pulled up multiple times, I'm going to use a quarter box. And then we'll move the January reflection quarter box down a smidge. And then I can maybe use something a bit bigger to mark in that I got new glasses. Because like it's the first time I've got new glasses in ages, so maybe the new glasses deserve a bigger box. I get so worried about spacing that I always use like loads of little things, and then I get to a day where I'm like, okay, I've got plenty of space, and like a decent number of things to mark, and I'm always worried about like not fitting them all in. And then I just end up playing around with the spacing so much. I think that's wonky. Okay, we got there in the end. Oh, this is an absolute state. So I've got a bit of deco from the kit to mark in my little errands in the morning. I have a Lottie with new glasses to mark in getting my new glasses. I was gonna put the appointment from the kit in the 4 bundle, but I think I actually just want to put that it's new glasses day. And then I'm going to mark in my reflection with the book doodle from the kit, and then editing with the laptop and an edit script. I've got dumbbell doodle for my taper session, a bathtub from the kit for my everything shower, and then I was just going to use some deco from the kit to mark in gaming that day. Okay, so moving on to Saturday. I started off Saturday with my Sunday reset. So because I was going to be out all of Sunday, I kicked off my weekend, kicked off my Saturday with my cleaning. And this is actually really nice because me and my friend Becca kind of body doubled, like on a voice call while we did all of our cleaning. I then did 2 hours of overtime. I know in the previous plan with me, I was like, oh, they're not doing overtime at my work anymore. But then they changed it back that they were doing overtime, and then they changed it again that they're not, but you can do it as like bank staff, and it's so confusing. So I don't know whether I'll keep doing it, but I was allowed to do it this weekend, so I did my 2 hours. I then had my video upload, so I'm going to use a little thing to mark that in. And then I did the food shop, so I will mark that. And then, oh, this was really exciting this day. So the Sims Legacy collection released, and it was like the Sims 1 and with like all of its expansions, and the Sims 2 with all of its expansions, and they've been like remastered for modern computers, so they actually work. I'm sure it will come as a surprise to no one that I've not just always been a Sims 4 person. I was a huge Sims 1, I was a massive Sims 2 girl, I think. That was the one that was like my childhood game. And then, but like Sims 1, I had the original Sims 1 in 2000, in like 2000. So it coming out as a re-released, it's not remastered, but it's like, it works on my computer now. That was super exciting. So I got both of those, and they also weren't too expensive. Like I think if you've got like more important things to spend your money on, then like I wouldn't bother. But I was really worried when I heard it was going to happen that EA would put it as like £40 for each of the games, but it was like 18, I think, for The Sims 1, and then 25 for The Sims 2, again with a bunch of expansions, including some expansions that I didn't have when I was younger. So that was just really nice. It wasn't like as overpriced as I was worried that it was going to be. Next to purple. Oh, I'm going to use the planner doodle for that. So Papershire, overtime script is a custom from Plannerface, upload is a script from Plannerface, food shops from the foil bundle, grocery doodles from the kit. I'm going to mark in the Sims release with a Lottie from Stick with Planco, and then I also played some Baldur's Gate with Becca, so I'm marking that in with some deco from the kit. Okay, moving on to Sunday. So the first thing that I did on Sunday was I drove to, well, almost London. I'm going to mark that in purple, I think. Yeah, so I drove to London. It's like a two-hour drive from me, so it wasn't too bad. I then weighed in, so I will use that box. And I did not make weight, which I wasn't really planning on it. So I competed as a slightly heavier weight class. But they're changing the weight classes around for Olympic weightlifting this year, so my weight class doesn't exist anymore, really. I'm then going to mark in that. So the big dark blue box is for my actual competition slot, and then I'm using a little thing to mark in that I got comp PBs all round, which I was very happy about. I'm then going to use this purple box to mark in coaching. So the way that this competition worked wasn't the way that they usually work. We had like a group that had like heavier entry totals and a group that had lighter entry totals, and I was in the group with the lighter entry totals, and it was actually really nice to kind of feel like I'm not the first one to come out, which I've had before. Yeah, it was just a really nice day. Like, yeah, I just had a really good time. And then marking, what was that? I was taking our team photo, and then we traditionally go to McDonald's after a competition. And then I was going to mark that I had like a lazy evening. Well, I drove home and then had a lazy evening. I think I'll use this. Oh, that's too big. Oh no. If I take out the bit about the team photo, well, the team photo will end up in my monthly highlights anyway. So if I mark in, instead of that one, if I mark in McDonald's. Yeah, so we always go and get Mackies after competitions as a little group. I'll use this to mark in driving home. And then I'll have a bit of space to mark in having a lazy evening. Oh, I can use that one. I'm gonna have to play around with spacing again. So I got a comp PB snatch, which was 60 kilos, and a comp PB clean and jerk, which was 76 kilos. So that's also a comp PB total. So I'm super happy with how I was, because like training wasn't going the best leading up to it. Like I've snatched 60 kilos once in my life, and that was like last September, and then I've done it again. So I'm excited to get back to training like more normally now, because competition prep, always you end up just feeling so drained after it. I've got a little taper week, well not taper week, I've got a little recovery week coming up, so next week will be, or like this week that I'm in now, will be much calmer and less heavy. But yeah, this is the before the pen. I really loving the little sparkle and shine. Yeah, it's coming through on the camera a little bit. I'm gonna go fill this in and I'll be right back. So here we are, all filled out, and I'm really happy with how this spread has turned out. I love the foil. There's a little wiggle for you. It's exactly what I wanted from this week. It's quite busy, but I did manage to fit in pretty much all the stuff that was important to me this week, and I just love how it's turned out. So that is everything for this week. If you have any questions, leave me a comment down below. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed it, and if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next time. Bye!